It's that time again. We got something new to look at. And provided by CameraLensRentals.com. Thank you very much for supplying this. What we are going to do is a little different than your normal unboxing, and hence it's not really a manufacturer unboxing. It's more of showing you what certain companies do for their rentals. In particularly, Camera Lens Rentals. They ship their equipment not only in a very nice hard case, but a GPC case, Go Professional case. And with latches, and they actually have padlocks that they give you and send. I just have them off for the video's sake. But all foam, I know you can probably see up here, but all foam, 4 batteries they include in the rental. Now, in the description below on this video, I'll have a certain code that you enter, and as the time of this video being made, a certain code for extended rental period and % off. And you'll be able to get the exact same setup that you see here that I have through Camera Lens Rentals. They supply you with 4 batteries, a charger hub, the charger. Now the thing with this charger hub, before I get too far, is yes, you can connect all 4 DJI batteries to this, but it cycles and charges one at a time. And also, DJI made it to a USB plug so you can so you can charge the actual controller that's provided while charging the batteries. And speak of which, here is the controller, and it opens up. You put your cell phone in here, and they give you different, let me get some of the cables out. They give you different cables, such as, that's the charger to control it, but iPhone and Android little cables come included, and the controller and all the button layouts are very well designed and laid out correctly. In my mind, I think this is the best controller that they've made, just far as size and how everything is laid out and compact. I mean, you can literally fit this in your pocket. And if you're wearing cargo shorts or jeans or something like that, you can almost fit the actual unit in your dang pocket. It's so small. Portability. Now, here's the actual Mavic itself. And the one thing I like about this case is how, I'm going to put this back in so I can show, a GPC case, they're perfectly cut. I mean, to the exact model of what you're putting in here, they're perfectly cut and well formed. So here's the Mavic, probably the most popular drone that has been out on the market since the beginning of this drone stuff and craze, as you call it. This, in my mind, is arguably the best drone that you could personally have on the go or in general. Now everybody, I mean, you get up to the bigger professional boys like, you know, the Inspire and the Inspire 2 that just came out. Every single drone has its own uses and everything else. But versatility, traveling, this is the cat's meow, as they call it. And just the compact, and the other thing is just the compact and the build of this. And a lot of people think it's really rugged, you know, and I've flown this so far. I've had it for over a week now, and this is just simply, it's nice. It's just, so far, I mean, the only complaints I think I could find about it is just mostly how you have to stable the gimbal for transport, because the clip that goes in there, it'll snap in, but I've noticed if you just jiggle it, it'll pop loose. But otherwise than that, I mean, that's the only thing DJI probably did a little low quality. Otherwise than that, there is the 12 megapixel gimbaled 3-axis camera. It's 12 megapixels, 4K at 24 or 30 frames per second, depending on what quality settings you have it set on. It goes from 1/8 of a second all the way up to 1/8,000th of a second for shutter speed. Fixed aperture of f2, and the overall flight time for this little guy is 27 minutes at the peak most. I've been getting around, and this is being, I don't want to say totally conservative, but at the same time, you know, zipping it around. I've been getting around realistically around 21 to 23 minutes so far that I've tested from battery to battery. More than enough time. Certainly, I mean, geez, 4 batteries, never alone just having an extra battery for what you need to do or whatever project you're doing or renting this for from Camera Lens Rentals, it will suit your needs. And again, it's very compact and you can get into areas a lot easier. And I've also seen other YouTube videos where people actually use this instead of flying it. They collapse it and actually use it as a handheld stabilized gimbal system like the Osmos. Anyways, 4 batteries, and each one of these batteries is 3,830 milliamp batteries. The controller is around 2,900 milliamp battery. Smaller batteries, but you're still getting performance out of a small little package, which is really nice. A big punch out of a small package, in other words. I'm trying not to go too in depth on one or the other. I'm just mostly doing this as a different style video because, again, this isn't just like a manufacturer unboxing. This was more of a review of how you get this stuff out. And again, another shout out to Camera Lens Rentals for supplying us with this. This is a drone that I'm personally going to own. I was able to rent it before the stock kicked back in for more of these coming into the stores and everything else. Again, this is one of the hottest drones on the market, and because of that, since November, they've been trying to just keep up with demand, supply and demand. The other cool thing is the obstacle avoidance system on this. It has 2 little sensors right here, radar, sonar on the bottom. It's more sonar, I don't know why I said radar. And then on the side of the unit, if I can get it open, this is where the little, probably hard to see on the camera, this is where the little SD card mount goes in, 16 gig SD card that is in it right now. It supports up to 64 gigs, which is, God, more than enough. If you ever need it. I think 32 gigs was more than enough, but DJI put it up to 64 gigs for be able to fly it. Now the range, everybody's asking, or has asked me since I've been flying it, what's the range? Because they're used to Phantoms and the Inspire. Guess what? Almost identical range as the Phantom. This thing goes, they say on paper, 4.3 miles, okay? But listed side by side, mileage is there. When you kick this thing into sport mode, you get it almost up to 40 miles an hour, which is pretty fast for a little buggy like this. Nothing that you're going to do any drone racing, because you know you're talking like 70-80 mile per hour racing at that point. But again, for zipping around and having fun, this is a very, very nice device. And for traveling, because I've been getting more and more into traveling, so photography wise or just video wise, it's great. I just took this out recently out to the beach. We're doing family session, and of course I didn't use it on the family session, but afterwards I played with it and took it around just to get a little bit of the sunset and everything else, and it flew nice. It just really did, even in the high winds, and that's pretty much why I tested it at the beach, is because it was actually very windy that day. But not to get sidetracked. Anyways, you got the Mavic, 4 batteries, controller, and you can actually plug in DJI makes goggles. So if you were into the first-person view stuff, you can actually get goggles that are specifically made from DJI to plug in and work with this system with a dedicated button when you have the goggles. This little toggle switch right here, that is actually corresponds with when you're using the goggles and everything else. And all your flight stats are here as well as on the phone when you're flying this. Again, trying to keep it simple to a somewhat of an unboxing kind of a style, but I just love this thing so I can talk about it forever. But yes, everything you get in this GPC case from Camera Lens Rental, everything you can need. And great support, calling them, any question, customer service in other words. They're really great people. So I will link everything down below. I'm sorry if this was all spotty all over the place. I just wanted to try to balance it out where information on this and then information on how nice you receive the equipment that you rent or get from Camera Lens Rentals. So again, thank you guys for everybody watching. If you like it, go ahead, feel free to click like. And if I missed anything, just comment below. I try to answer all my questions on the comments because I really do like hearing from you guys. If you'd like to know how to get a chance of winning one of these, check out our Patreon page, which will also be linked down below. This video is going to be put up on there too, so if you're already on my page and watching this, you already know what to do. So anyways, thank you again. Until next time. Welcome to my Patreon page, or more specifically, everyone here at Charlie Brown Photography. We have decided to create this page for our unboxing, our photographies, reviews, and hands-on, and mostly